Okay, this is another wonderful day. Today we're doing ABC trinomial when A not equal 1. Wow, it's an upgrade from the other factoring method that we do, and it's totally doable. So the method today have something to driving a very fancy car. That is a Mercedes. So Mercedes right here, we got my father drive a red Mercedes. So what we're going to do with that? Let's take a quick look, okay? The M actually stands for multiply. Oh, no more car, just math. Father, factor, drive, divide, red is reduce, and Mercedes is move. So how does that have to do with what we are about to do? I will show you two examples. Example number one. First thing first, we always have to check if they have any GCF, any graded common factor. So check it out. We have 2, 5, and 7, nothing in common, x squared, x, and no x's. So that means they have nothing in common, so we can't do GCF yet. So we're just going to use the method that I'm about to show you today called my father drive a red Mercedes. Okay. So first thing first, we really want to use what we just learned last time about factoring. So the first thing, we're going to get rid of this number 2 by simply multiply to 7. 2 times 7 will give you 14 on this side. So I'm bring down everything here first, x squared, the 2 go away already, plus 5x minus 14. What we just did is that we bring it to something we already did previously. So it's going to be easier for us to do. So now the next thing we're going to do is factor. Very, very normal. We're going to factor like we normally do. So 5 factor 14, that's 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Right now, our C saying minus, that's telling us that we're going to subtract. So what option right here, subtract to giving us 5? That's going to be 2 and 7. Okay, I'm going to put a little note right here. So we're going to subtract. And because this is a subtract, we know that the sign going to be opposite. So I could be positive, I could be negative, but would one going to be positive so that I can be positive 5? I need to be more positive. The winner take it all, like a song from Mamma Mia. It's a movie, it's beautiful. So this going to be a plus on 7 and it's gonna be a minus on 2, okay? So that we just did a multiply, we just did a factor. Let me write it down. So step 1, multiply. We multiply 2 and 7. Step 2, we just factor like we normally do, right? And because when we subtract, the sign is opposite, the plus, minus, or minus and plus. So we got that wonderfully. Now the next one is, as you can see, if I'm going to check my work, x times x gonna give me x squared. It doesn't give me 2x's. 2 times 7, it doesn't give me 7. It gave me what I have here, but it doesn't give me what I got from the question. So for that reason, I gotta do a little extra step with e going to divide. Why are we divide? As you remember, we multiply at the beginning, so you have to divide to give it back. So I'm going to divide by what I multiply with it 2. So right now I'm going to divide by 2 here and divide by 2 here. Okay. When we divide, we were looking for an opportunity to simplify or to reduce the number if possible, one whole number only. 2 divided by 2 is going to give us 1. That is wonderful and that is look great. So let me write down all the side first. Okay. 2 divided by 2 giving us 1. That is wonderful. However, 7 by 2, it doesn't giving us a whole number, and we don't want to put like 3.5. We don't want a decimal in there. So for that reason, we're gonna use our very last resource, that is move. We gotta move our beautiful Mercedes. So we're gonna move the 2 over here to the front, and it's gonna give us a 2, and then right here we drop down the 7. Now let's check our work. Negative 1 times 7, does it give us negative 7? Yes. X times 2x is gonna give us 2x squared. So we got that. Negative 1 times 7 given at negative 7. So it does have what we started with, and that's telling us that we have did it correctly. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and try one more from here. So the same step we're going to do. My father drive a fancy red Mercedes. Okay. So first thing first, we're gonna multiply. So this is going to give us x squared. The 6 is go away already. Minus 13x. 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. From here, we do like we normally do. We go into find a factor of 30. That's 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6. Okay. The sign right here telling us that we are subtract. That means we have to find what option, what factor here, subtract to given us 13. Out of this option, the only thing stand out, the one and only, the love of my life is 2 and 15. So I'm going to do that here, and I will put X. I'm going to have 2, and then I'm going to have 15. So you subtract, the sign have to be opposite, plus minus or minus plus. So which one I'm going to take the sign? So I'm going to end up on negative 13. I want to be more negative. That means the big number have to be more negative. So it's going to be negative on 15, and it's going to be positive on 2. So we just done with multiply, we just done with factor. What are we going to do then? What do you think I do? We're going to divide. That is awesome. Clap for you. So I'm going to divide by whatever I multiply with. Today, we did multiply by 6. So we're going to divide by 6. Okay. We're looking for an opportunity to reduce them if we can, and we gotta reduce them. So plus 2 reduced by 6. It cannot only give us a whole number, but we can get a smaller fraction. For example, 1/3, because they're both divisible by 2. 15 and 6 on the, so they're both divisible by 3. So it's gonna be 5/65 by 3 is 2. Okay, it's still not a whole number that we want, and we have no other choice, but the last option would be move. So we're gonna move the 3 to the front. So it's gonna give us a new one right here. It's gonna be 3x plus 1. Okay, and then we're gonna move the 2 to the front again. So it's going to give us the 2 in the front now. So it's gonna give a 2x minus 5. Okay, how can we check our work? Let's do a little quick multiplication distribution to check. 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is 6x squared. Perfect. 1 times -5 is -5. So we got that. Okay, really hope this makes sense to you again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.